Palantir, what is Palantir going to do here? Friends, Happy New Year. I think it's going to be a really special year for a lot of us here that are in Palantir for the long run. If you're here for short gains, buy, sell, trade, yeah, you're probably going to hit a few here or there, and I think there's going to be a big one coming up here very soon with Palantir. Now, talking about that, obviously, Palantir still got one last quarterly to release here for 2023, and it should do well. It should do well. Obviously, there was some news that, one of these contracts may not bring in as much as we thought, but hey, still, Palantir 2023 was an amazing year with deals, movement, everything. It's hard to complain. There's still people still not satisfied with Palantir, and I'm like, what more do you want at a company that has had so much movement, and the stock has went from $7 to $15 to $20 in 1 year? Really, just 6 months if you really look at it, break it down. So with that, what is going to happen next here? Palantir right now is being sold off. The hype has died down. The market has started its first week. It's over, and the market really didn't give a lot to most here in its first week. We saw a lot of sell-off, and what we gained back, we lost back, and what we gained, we lost, and nothing really to show for it. But this is to be expected. January is never really a heavy moving month in the market because everyone's broke still from Christmas. They've started fresh. They're figuring out where to put their money, and there's just not a lot going on right now. So I personally, I bought more Palantir with this price dip. I took advantage of this, and I put in more money and just bought more. Now, this is not to say Palantir still might not have a few rough days, maybe weeks here in January. We're not expected to see this next quarterly release until February. So with that, I do suspect that Palantir could take a little more of a beating here. That, hey, we might see some low 15s. Everyone's projecting a 14. I maybe, but that seems a little too low to me. A 14, it would really have to take some damage and some bad news, and I just don't know that it's going to do that. But hey, if it does, I think like a lot of you, we're just going to be buying up more at 14. I really don't have a problem with it because I know what's coming throughout the actual year here of 2024 with Palantir. So with that, as of recently, once again, ARK Investment has invested more into Palantir with these low prices, bringing ARK's investment over 1 million shares at this point, valued at almost $17 million. So Kathy Wood still believes in Palantir. Nothing's really changed here. And I think this is where a lot of people are kind of confused on what's going on right now. Why is Palantir so cheap? Why are we not seeing Palantir move much more? I think too what we've seen here, and I think if you've been in the market for any time, Palantir has reached 2 points. It's hit 2 points here where you have a company that has been doing great with a balance sheet, with deals, with movement, with just pure organic business of a company. And it's proving to investors that, hey, we're making money. We have money on our balance sheet. We have things planned out here, and you've seen natural flow, natural build, natural price hike in Palantir. Normal things you should see when you have a company that's successful. On the other side of that too, you're having a company where day-to-day stock investors, day traders, short-term traders are coming in here and they're going, well, this is chum in the water. And they're buying large amounts at $15 and selling $16. They're buying large amounts of stock and they're selling at 16 and selling at 17, and buying at 17, selling at 19. So this is what we've been seeing here, and we've seen a lot of just large buys, large sales. And this is where we're just kind of at right now with Palantir. It's not bad. It's what's supposed to happen. It's just day-to-day movement in the market. You're going to have people here who are in it for the long run who are like, I don't care. Palantir can go to $10. I'm fine with that because I know the long trajectory of it is what I'm really here for. And that I think that's the majority of investors with Palantir because, hey, Palantir closed at 15 this week, but still, it's at a really good place. This is really a high number compared to where we were even 6 months ago. And 6 months from now, we could easily be at $25 with Palantir. Who knows? Maybe 30, 35. It just depends what kind of deals are going to be coming around here. What are quarterlies going to be looking like, even more so. What is the future going to be holding here just in the next 6 months with Palantir? And how many more investment firms, big ones, might step in and go, hey, you know what, we're going to buy 1 million shares of Palantir to really drive up the price anymore? Or are one of them going to come out and say, hey, we think Palantir, we're going to put this on paper and out there for the world to see, we think Palantir is going to be a $50 stock by the end of 2024. Could you imagine what that would do to Palantir if you had one of these large investment firms come out on pen and paper and say, hey, we think it's going to be X this number? That would drive up the stock just on hype alone, not to mention everything that's pushing it right behind it. So when it comes to Palantir, I think a lot of us, I know I am, are still plowing money into it. I don't think this is a unsuccessful investment in your future, especially with what we know. When people go like it's just, it won't stay at $20 and it won't go up anymore. I think you have to see the bigger picture here of like everything I just said, what's going on here, and understand the movement in Palantir right now. For a stock to move as high as it has and really hold its ground, I would say, this is tremendous what's going on here with Palantir. It really is tremendous. And we're still having talks of Palantir joining the S&P 500, which would just drive it up alone on that conversation. So friends, February could be very big for Palantir. Do not expect these numbers, these low numbers, to stay around here. We know if you are an investor in the stock market and you've been around, we know that January, a good bit of February, is not going to show much in the market. It's not going to show what's coming throughout the year. January is known for being a disappointment in the market the whole month. So look at this as buying time, look at this as a downtime, and look at what is coming in the future here. Friends, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.